For all the talk of the Seahawks and who's going to play quarterback for them next year, Brock, the most likely big-time free agent signing might play a different position. Tell you who next.
Forget cable, switch to Frontier. The Fios Triple Play brings dedicated 100% fiber optics to your home. Fios TV, 15x5 internet and digital phone for $108.50 per month with 2-year price protection plan on qualifying service. FrontierPacificNW.com.
We've had plenty of conversation, and we will continue to have it on who the next quarterback of the Seahawks will be. But, Brock, obviously they have other needs, and one of those major needs is at defensive end, where they want a pass rusher, and it just so happens one of the great pass rushers in the game is going to be available. Mario Williams cannot re-sign, can't have a franchise tag in Houston. They don't have enough money for that under the cap, and so he becomes available. John Clayton says the Hawks are going to be interested. He also says it may be for the biggest contract ever given to a defensive player in the history of the game. Is that right for Mario Williams?
Yes, and I like the word you used today. When we get into this discussion, it's very easy to look at Mario Williams, Peyton Manning, Matt Flynn, to look at those guys individually. That's not the case. They're not in a vacuum. You use the word prioritizing, and that's what this becomes. If you don't get Peyton Manning, you don't get Matt Flynn, you don't spend those big free agent dollars on a quarterback and land them here, you got a lot left in the pot. I think you have to bring back Marshawn at $7 million, and I think a priority does become Mario Williams. To me, he's a once-in-a-generation guy. It's why he was taken atop the draft years ago, ahead of Reggie Bush. The fact that he's 6'6", 285 pounds, been as productive as he's been, and I know he had the torn pec, and I know in 14 and 12 was 07 and 8 as far as sacks goes. In the last couple years, haven't been at that level, but this guy's still 27 years of age. It still follows the same business plan, which is pay them their next big contract. I see a lot of football left in this guy.
It's not just their big contract, Rick. This is going to be the biggest contract ever given to a guy who plays on the defensive side of the ball. And you're making my point with the stats there. The numbers have gone in the wrong direction the last 3 years, right? And don't tell me that because of his size and speed. That guy, that grows on trees. You're always going to find guys who are fast. You're always going to find guys who are strong. Go look at the combine. They're putting up 225 pounds, God knows how many times. It's not about that. It's about the productivity. Now, if you're telling me that that productivity is because of different reasons, that they changed the defense and
it's been injury. It's been,
well, that's a problem too, because if you're injured, you don't get to play.
That's fair enough, but is a torn pec a knee? Is it a back? Is it some of the significant issues? You're not getting a Patrick Kearney in his 30s. You're getting a 27-year-old guy, and most importantly in this conversation, if you don't get Flynn or Manning, you're going to have Tavares or a young quarterback. You know what I want to give a young quarterback? A great defense. You know what I want to give a young quarterback? A defense that can get after the passer and force turnovers. And when you've got that secondary that the Seahawks have, and now you give me Clemens and this guy, you book in those two at home with the 12th man behind him, you become a very dangerous front.